What's going on, homies? It is Trevor. And if you can't tell from the title of the video, we're gonna get a little serious today. Now, I've played Battlefield 2042 since early access. I paid for the gold edition. I didn't really see the point in the ultimate edition, but I invested in this game early because of the way that Battlefield 5 kind of captured me and took me away from other first-person shooters. Whether they were new or old, I always found myself going back to Battlefield 5 for its great mechanics, its amazing scenery, its atmosphere, its tone, its gunplay. Everything about Battlefield 5 just seemed right to me. And upon hearing about the modern Battlefield 2042 that we were going to be getting this past year in November, I was literally stoked out of my mind. I was expecting them to improve upon Battlefield 5, which most developers do. They improve upon their engine and they make it better. And rarely would they take features out that not only benefited the engine and the mechanics of the game, but it expanded upon how agile you could be as a player. And I also thought that it would adapt the serious tone of Battlefield 5 and honestly would just improve upon the lore that came from Battlefield 3 and 4 because it set up a lot of serious stuff. Now, this video right here, as much as it is for y'all to listen to, this is me kind of stating my case to EA and DICE. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna try to be as nice as possible in this video. DICE is so bad at communication, and they're even worse at getting themselves into situations and then either completely backing out from them or doubling down on them. And this is problematic because in any sort of conflict, if you back down, you get bullied. And if you double down, it looks like you're not trying to find common ground. You're not trying to come to any agreement or any kind of positive conclusion. You shut down any chance for a dialogue. And DICE, I'm saying this because Battlefield 2042, it just seems like you completely threw the community that you've built to the side to try to gain a different audience. And honestly, guys, what it's resulted in is not only did you not bring in a new audience because you rushed this game out for holiday sales, but you also turned your back on the community that has stayed with you guys no matter what, because every single release that I've read up on, they were all bad. And like I said, I'm gonna try not to shit on anybody in this video because I'm really trying to plea to EA and DICE because I'm honestly scared for the future of Battlefield 2042 and the franchise as a whole. But you released a game that Battlefield players didn't want. Now, I'm not gonna get into all the specifics about you need to change this, you need to take this out, or this specific thing is broken. The community has been loud and clear on what is overpowered, what does not work right, which does not work at all, which should not have been implemented in the game. Things that should not have been taken out or altered from previous games whenever you improved upon the engine for Battlefield 2042. I'm not gonna get into all of that because it would take forever, guys. But this video is simply asking you to stop being black or white. Stop backing down whenever the community pounds on you, because they don't do it just because the Battlefield community is a bunch of assholes. But think about this. Most of the hate that y'all get is not actually from the Battlefield community. They're just fans of Battlefield. They just play first-person shooters. All of this feedback you're hearing on Twitter, and Twitter doesn't even exist. It's not a real place. 99.9% of the people on Twitter do not act like their Twitter selves in real life, because that's what Twitter's for. It's for toxic bitches that want to act like big boys behind the keyboard screen. They want to act like heroes. Fuck all those people on Twitter. Your community is still standing behind you, and even though the big content creators are talking a lot of shit and they're really upset, if it wasn't for those content creators like Maxic, Jack Frags, and even the smaller ones, all the way down to Get Good Guy and even Neon PWA, smaller streamer, still awesome. If it wasn't for your content creators, your game would not even be populated. And I'm not saying that to talk down on y'all. I'm saying that, like, give these guys, some credit and some appreciation. And don't let everything that they're saying hit you right in the chest. It's important that you listen and that you care. Because if you push past all the noise, you have a dedicated community that just wants the best for this game. So you can't do any more of the just backing down on some parts and then doubling down on the other. From now on, please get your emotions out of it and just create a dialogue. Talk to the community. because the fans and the veterans of this game, we are past the point of talking about specialists. All of that stuff is just noise. We know specialists are here to stay for this game, although you should consider that feedback for the future in newer Battlefield titles. And as far as shit like cosmetics and visual things, don't even worry about that stuff, to be honest, because the community, the true Battlefield community, they may not like it, but right now we're just focused on fixing the game. And for all I care, go crazy. Go crazy with the cosmetics and the skins and stuff like that. I honestly feel like since y'all haven't, it's kind of held you back on your options. So you want anime skins? Throw that shit in there. Who cares? If people are really gonna nitpick all of this big stuff and all of this small stuff, there's a small bit of entitlement whenever it comes from worrying about all of these big issues and then still somehow finding the time to bitch about cosmetics and shit like that. The only design choices that need to be changed, honestly, are just on the maps to provide more infantry cover. Because even though vehicles are a big part of Battlefield, you have a laundry list of professional and amateur or just dedicated infantry players, and they're kind of being left in the dust. But as far as any other design choices, forget about it. All the dedicated Battlefield community wants is for you to fix whatever input lag we have for our controllers or mouse and keyboard. We want the bugs and glitches fixed. We want the mechanics to work properly, and we want communication from y'all, that y'all are actively doing that. Do you remember when the game first came out and they disabled the proximity grenade, they disabled the shield, they fixed it and then redid it? You know, what happened to that? That was great. The Battlefield community even applauded you about that stuff. Do it more. Even if it's going to annoy us, forget about it, dude. Let it annoy us. Just say, hey, we're disabling this, this, and this, and we're giving you the fixes that you want. If you don't like it, use something else until we're done. And even if you have to inconvenience us to make the changes that we need and that we're hoping for, things that should have been there at launch, I know you hate hearing it, but it is true, then inconvenience us and let us know. Just stay in communication with us. We need to be getting briefings every single week. We can't do 3 weeks or a month without hearing from y'all. The game hasn't been out that long. And until the game is in the state that it needs to be, yeah, we need constant updates. And you shouldn't get mad about that, because it still falls right back on your shoulders that the game was not ready. But honestly, this is my plea to y'all. Block out all of the noise and get your feelings out of all of the stupid people that say stupid shit that's not going to change. Focus on the performance of the game for PC. Focus on whatever input lag we've been getting. Focus on the aim assist. I know some console players need that. Just fix the game and keep us up to date with what you're doing. And really consider going back to that disablement system that y'all were using for the shield and the proximity grenade. And this is my biggest plea to y'all. Pretty much the point in the whole entire video. Season 1 has to be an absolute banger. I'm serious. I'm talking about a good amount of new weapons added, good maps that are good for vehicle and infantry, and just plain out having fun and creating Battlefield moments. We need that, and not just in Portal, because Portal's messed up right now. Get that y'all are fixing that? That's cool. And last but certainly not least, the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass, guys, I don't know how far y'all are into making the Battle Pass, or if y'all are done, but if this is a part of the Battle Pass, then you need to go back to the board, because the Battle Pass cannot be a whole bunch of stickers and charms and player cards. It needs to be straight up weapon skins. It needs to be straight up points to use in the store. It needs to be straight up character skins and all these cosmetic things for all of the players and for the new specialist. It cannot be a whole bunch of filibuster and stuff that we're not going to use, because if Season 1 is a flop, the downward trajectory that this game is already at is going to increase in speed substantially, and I do not want that. So hopefully I've been nice enough, and hopefully maybe you will hear this or it'll be shared to you. There's people like me, lots of us, that just want the game to be at a good state so we can get more people in and grow the Battlefield community, because it deserves to grow. And I think if we just change the dialogue and communicate more and really buckle down on what is wrong and put all of our feelings to the side, we can make it work. So that's all I got to say about that. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, please leave this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time I drop new content, because I'm posting stuff all the time. Thanks for coming around and checking out the channel. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.